Well, then let's come to the last presentation before our farewell. This talk is also about AI, and it's entitled Closing the Loop with AI-Fueled PIM. I'm delighted to welcome Alexander Wörl to the stage, our winner of yesterday's Ambassadors Award. Congratulations. And co-founder of Contentserv. Alexander will actually show the role AI plays in the optimization of PIM systems. Well, welcome. This is the last slot before you return home, and many people are already gone. But I'm happy to welcome the ones who are still here. If I was to recruit an employee, I would definitely go with the ones. Would I go for the ones sitting here or the ones going home already? No, you are definitely the ones that are more industrious than the others. I will talk about AI as well today, like most lectures here today. 18 months ago, the last print day took place, and I also presented a lecture also about AI. We were one of the first. OpenAI had just been out for 2 or 3 months, and at Contentserv, we already had an implementation. We were able to show it. I can still remember this was an exciting time. But today, when you look at the presentations, the lectures we saw, everything revolves around AI. That was clearly evident. In my professional life, I tend to prefer live presentations. We've seen lots of things on PowerPoints, but I will actually use my laptop, my cell phone, and I will try out OpenAI and see what comes out of it. My name is Alexander Wörl. Those of you who don't know me yet, Ali is my nickname, and I won't get rid of that anymore. I work with Contentserv. I'm one of the 2 founders together with Patricia Kastner, and I've worked there for 20 years. But this is my second startup. My first startup was done in 2 years. The second is still alive and kicking. Well then, what are we talking about? Before we actually look at the use cases, maybe a few words on Contentserv. By the way, why is Contentserv spelled this way, S-E-R-V, without an E? Because many would add an E. And we're not spelled surf either, S-U-R-F. No, we're spelled S-E-R-V. That's just a funny story. It was a mistake originally. It goes back to the year 2002, 2001. And back then, as a student, I actually did not know how to spell serve properly. Couldn't Google anything. So I just said C-S-E-R-V, and as the domain was available, I took it. Funny, nobody else wanted it. Well, anyway. What does Contentserv do? There were some projects mentioned here. I'm always happy to meet customers or partners here. Basically, inside there's Contentserv as well. Of course, we do product information management systems since 2006. But very soon, people said, when I have product data, I also need the images, I need the videos, and Contentserv is almost like a PIM or DAM. What we added last year, and this was a smart move, I still think, is the feed management and the marketplaces. Each one knows the PIM graphs. To the left, you've got the onboarding data, the interfaces with the ERP systems. In the middle, you've got the magic black box, and the exporters towards the right. But what is exported to the right always, of course, depended on partner interfaces and projects. But what we've added now is shopping feed. We bought it. We purchased it. It was a great idea because the flow turn of product data into revenue, this is a fantastic slogan. So in Contentserv, you can use the data available in a few clicks to post them on marketplaces or in feeds such as Amazon or Google Shopping or Otto, whatever they're called. This is a great thing. Over the years, we've also acquired quite a number of customers. We have this huge wallpaper, and I wondered, should I show it? And if there are competitors in the room, they probably actually do a screenshot, and then they actually contact all of our customers. So this is just an extract from our wallpaper. Contentserv is represented wherever you see such a little flag. At times, it's just some distributors located in the US. But in fact, we have a big team in India, a huge team in Portugal, who do software development. And of course, we're very much attached to Europe and the DACH market. We come from Bollensach, Rohrbach, near Munich. But we also have people in Japan, very loyal customers. They even user meetings where trainings are provided. And all Japanese don't understand any English. It's a great market. You can't make any head start if you don't have any Japanese people. And the 1,600 brands that we've acquired over the years, and our strategy is that we make software, but our partners implement it. Without our partners, we would be a nobody. We don't run any of our own projects. If our partners go away, we're left with nothing. Well then, Contentserv they're still on-premise customers, but most are in the cloud. New customers immediately opt for the Contentserv Cloud. You can beautifully see the little blue turquoise dots. These are network edge points. This is, of course, CDM. The blue points represent the data centers, AWS. At the end of the day, this means that we're in the cloud with ISO certification and all of that. If this is down, the cloud is down, we're also left with nothing. So we're very reliable in terms of operation. The Contentserv that you know without AI, on the left-hand side, you've got the feed-in, the processes. Then you've got Contentserv, and towards the right, the shopping feed offers the syndication. And to the extreme right, you've got the touch points or channels. With AI support, we have systematically analyzed Contentserv. And I always wake up in the morning, early in the morning, when I sit in the sauna, and I think, well, I have to try this. I had the idea of comparing images, the MAN image or the Amazon image, across 9 languages, for instance. It takes a lot of work to compare images, and AI can do it just the same. So ask ChatGPT to images, are they the same? Is this the same origin? And then you have a list, and you can actually, you have the wrong images at the very top of the list. So there are various use cases now, and I've compiled them, and we will go through these live. So you don't have to remember this. And this is best done live. So I'll turn to the left. So I register with Contentserv. And before I do so, I look at the following use case. I included this because Horst yesterday said, remember in the good old days, customers came with the InDesign or Quark Express document, a PDF, and they said, can we import this into PIM? Do you know this question? For you consultants among you will remember this. And I always tell the story, well, you would have to tag all of the frames, convert them into placeholders. But tagging, this cannot be done in the template. This must be done in the InDesign document. So I'm not faster than doing a copy and paste. So the answer was always no. A manufacturer, of course, has developed the product and it's the PLM or managed them in ERP. So they don't have any PDFs. But with dealers, it is different. From their manufacturers, they get an Excel spreadsheet, and this probably includes 1 or 3 images and 1 PDF. This is the Samsung website. They have wonderful flat screen monitors, and I downloaded this. And then it may well be that from such a manufacturer, I would like to sell this TV on Amazon, and all the data is featured here. Can't we bring this into the PIM? And normally the answer is no. We either use a student to do this, or maybe you can add the image. This is the image, the visual. And let's now use AI to do reverse engineering to upload it to Contentserv. The next problem is, of course, I probably have uploaded the product and I have parsed it with ChatGPT and added attributes, but I don't have a data model for it. Maybe I haven't sold any TV sets so far, and I would have to create attributes now. What does a TV have in terms of attributes? And again, we always try to automate this problem. This is the Contentserv DAM with the image. I've uploaded this image. This is the image. And their attributes for such title, keywords, color, etc. And can I read this out? There's this brain icon. This is a connector in Contentserv. This is the AI connector. So propose DAM metadata. Then this little bubble pops up, and then you see this prompt. This is where it really starts. Image vision, yeah, exactly. And then from the image, you can see the characteristics. And all of a sudden, they're there. Flat screen, TV, keywords. And configured the attributes. Color is black. And a small description. And image type is a picture. Not that bad. We can leave it at that. But what is far more exciting is the PDF, because the PDF includes all of the data. So I find this here. And again, there is an activity proposed PIM data model. And when you look at the prompt here, this is call up more, all messages. And then when you look at the prompt, you can see the procedure. First, you have a PDF, a document, and you don't know whether it's a TV set or brush. So find out what it is to start with. So the prompt would be, you see document here, and please give me the product category. And then you open AI can do PDFs. We can actually take the individual PDF pages and enter this as images. And then the next prompt, I have a PIM system, And I would like to generate attributes for a new category called category. Television was the proposal. ChatGPT said this should be a TV set. And let's now find attributes. This is a long prompt because we not only want to have stupid text attributes, but we want your currency field, checkboxes maybe, and then language dependent, for texts. ChatGPT says, well, it's preferable to have it language dependent, and an example, number of characters, and so on and so forth. And then ChatGPT, short description, features, marketing text, and ready. And this is our PIM product. This is a PIM product now, which hadn't existed before. So these are all the attributes that we generated. So name, short description, long description, and features, main category, electronics. And in the drop-down menu, TV 4K is the subcategory, etc. And OpenAI thinks that TV set should have this, the display type, and you even have a value list, because we did not know what it was, a toilet brush or a TV set. LED, refresh rate, 120 hertz as an attribute. Smart, yes or no, as a drop-down so you can inherit it, and so on and so forth. Wonderful. The image is, of course, the PDF we had, and we have a better one. So I redirect us to our TV, and then we have a PIM product. Now, where did this PIM product end up? Let's look at our PIM system. It's listed under AI products in the script. I said televisions for KUID. So the category was created at the same time, and the Samsung TV was embedded. Wonderful, but now the marketing texts is missing, the attribute. I have the long description, but this is probably what is featured in the data sheet. I want my own texts. So I go to my Contentserv class definition, and there is an AI text class that I apply to all of my AI products. And this gives me short text, long text, features, keywords, and AI quality approval. We could ask the AI what it does not like so much about the data that you've just parsed. And now the Contentserv workflow helps you. What is the Contentserv workflow? Have you ever seen this graph? Yeah, this is the Contentserv friends of the night. And there you can see the workflow. You can design it either by supplier for an onboarding situation. If I'm a manufacturer, that starts probably with the ERP. Then I come to the text phase, and I've prepared some activities, and one is the AI text generation. So I go to the text phase. These are the activities. I call up the AI text generation, and I get another prompt. And it looks like this. For the product I see in this picture, I have the following information in this PIM system. Short description, long description, speed, size, resolution. So I have all the attributes that had not been in existence yet. They are now included in my prompt. So make it into an SEO optimized text, norm text, short text, targeting Google, 600 characters, with the top 7 features, keywords, and in proposal. And now the system is doing something. And let's look at the results. Now the fields, the boxes are filled. And what I've got here is the text here. This is the long text. The AI features 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the system has listened well, the keywords, and this is the idea for the quality approval. Short text, add a brief description, adding the key benefits and features. So you could draw out one or two more facts. If there are inconsistencies in the data, where I have 20 kilogram in the text and it's 21.4 kilograms, the system will immediately detect this. It's either or. There is an inconsistency. So the data quality here is ensured in a different manner.
Okay. Now I've well advanced with that product without really having done much. But now the problem is this has been classified by OPI thinks a television should have a refresh rate. So the attributes, we're saying where did these come from? And if I export them, I have a classification that is known to others. For example, ATIP, it's an electronic product. There are great standards, ATIM, and I need attributes that are not these, but different ones, obviously very similar, but in a different classification. With Contentserv, you can import a different classification. I go into the system preferences, classification branches, ATIM 9.0. I can search television. This is the standard that we would like to have. If there's a color, and the color has the ATIM standard of these colors, they each have a number. So I would have to add in EV so that the recipient knows that the color is beige. I need a height in millimeters. I need various other attributes. These can be imported here, which I've done. And then I have the television ATIM class 1630 in my classification, and these are the attributes we would like to have. I draw these into my product tree on my televisions and then expand the data model. So everything below this has the additional class and has great new attributes, ATIM 9.0, which have not yet been maintained. So what I have to do now, manually as a human, is to say, I can select the color, that's great, but what is the color? I know it was black. Technology, you start mapping things. And the question, could this not simply be done by OpenAI? Another function here is AI beautification. What happens? All attributes that have been set are taken, and the attributes not set, they are compared to the attributes not set, and then simply the question is asked, what matches what? This is the related prompt. Of course, here you have to advise what are the possible entries, and here they are, all set. And then you can actually then take a look to see, is this correct? I've done this based on 2 or 3 examples. First of all, I had a laptop, and the laptop had a hard drive of 1 terabyte, and ChatGPT then entered 1,256 megabyte as memory, not gigabyte, gigabyte. Sorry. So I thought, well, now I've got you. That's definitely not true. No person will manufacture a hard drive with 1,256 gigabytes. There must be a mistake. So I looked at the starting data, and I And I found, yes, it has 1 terabyte, but it has 2 hard drives, SSD and HDD. So a classical hard drive, and then and because only 1 disk was in the target room, the other disk was added, and that fitted. So, for example, I don't think any trainee or product manager would be more successful. So let's check this. But of course, this relieves us of a lot of work. So now we have a great product. What's the next step? Let's look at the text. We have a toolbox on Contentserv. You have farther-reaching functions. So let's start with the AI rephrase. AI rephrase is a dialogue. What I could do here is, again, look at my text. Here we see all the text fields, and I could then reformulate them. For example, one possibility would be to set the tone of voice and the language and the length. For example, I could say my text should be a bit shorter, so I can use the slide here, move it to the left, and then it's shortened. I can correct the text, press the button, the text then it changes to green, and this is then my new text, my new short text. Okay. So here too, AI is of help. The next task, as a human being, we've written an AI text. Does it really fit in with our wording? Does it match our terminology? There's a terminology checker. And here we see, for example, UHD for ultra-high definition. But this is crossed out because it does not match our terminology. And to ask why, I can click on Look Up in Glossary. And here I will see the terminology definition and look to see how we write UHD. The best is we write ultra-high definition in full, not UHD. So I could take the person as human in the loop and add this to the dictionary. And then I go through my text until they are all as I want to have them. So this is a good way of working together. Okay. Then at least in English, my product is ready, and I would probably then have to translate. Into what languages? Well, that maybe is dependent on the country, on the products, on the product area. But this is also possible. I heard this morning in a presentation the problem is solved. I know that the translation service providers know this can be done with AI. It's becoming a difficult market. It can also be done with ChatGPT, which I found to be very long. It takes almost 10 times longer than with DeepL. And I did also find that DeepL translations were better. Contentserv allows the depositing of various translation engines. I can click on Translate with ChatGPT, or I can use DeepL. And so, okay, what's the source? English, and I want German, French, and perhaps Japanese as target language. And just let this go through DeepL. It says quota exceeded, so perhaps I played around a bit too much beforehand. DeepL also has a quota which has been exceeded, but the text will just go through and be translated into the respective target language. You can try this out with ChatGPT, but that takes roughly 10 times longer. However, it's only 1/10 of the price. So the DeepL translation costs are not high, but the costs with ChatGPT are only a fraction of these. But ChatGPT can cope with any language that comes to mind. I could say translate it into Swabian or into Pidgin English, as I did that in my last presentation. And perhaps it's suitable if you want to generate variants for each market or per context. For example, I have Lego for children, Lego for adults, and that's no longer a translation, but a context-related approach. So I can prepare a text designed for children and at the same time designed for adults. And they fit in well with the thinking of children or of adults. So this worked very well. Okay, at the end of the day, my product is ready. I can see it in the Contentserv search portal. So the winner here is I can see my Samsung television. I could produce a document. This is actually strangely very similar to the source document, but here all the specifications are included here. I have the ETIM classification. I could export a PIM e-card. These documents in Contentserv are known as smart documents. There is also an engine from VEC2 with PDFs. I think this was introduced because we had the smart documents and we realized that we could not automate the process. So at the end, we get our document. But the big difference compared to this document, I am the owner, the creator of this document, and I can reproduce it at any time myself. I can allow it to be incorporated into processes. And these are the output processes, for example, shopping feed, our syndication engine, which is open here. This is shopping feed. This is what shopping feed looks like. We are owners of the software. We hand these over in the form of catalogs, and a catalog article contains all the data. And one thing that they can do very well, they can say, let's go straight into the channels. And they have more or less everything you need, different types, not only marketplaces such as Amazon, but also product listings, affiliations, retargeting, comparison portals, social, local, mobile. So I can go into various system categories in various systems in various countries, and I have included eBay, Amazon, or perhaps Google Shopping. You can see what is under Google. I want to link into the Google Marketplace. This is one link. We know all the classifications. These are the classifications, and then I can say this. And then for each classification, we know the field allocation, what belongs where, and we can then play this out here so that we can put the data into formats that are understandable for Google or can be compared to reconciled with Amazon. So that brings us on to the subject of closing the loop. What does that mean? We have a product, we can play it out. This is the classical route that we took in the past. Fire and forget, that's not our problem, that's a partner problem. The shop is played, the Amazon presence is played, and we are out. And if any problems arrive, they will come to us as the source of truth, but that's not our problem. And close the loop is our problem. We want to know precisely because we can learn from knowledge. I've done this with a product, a backpack. Of course, our various attributes, there are text, etc. I've used reverse importation and play these out to Amazon. I can recuperate these and put them back into attributes. And we've got the shopping feed, which we've sent back to the PIM, and we've got the rest from Amazon. And we can say, what is the picture? What are the other pictures? These are the URLs which go straight to Amazon. They're not in Contentserv. This is URL. This is the product. That's what's appeared. And now there are many marketing departments that work a lot with Amazon. This is the fight for buy box. Buy box is over here. This is on Amazon.com. I don't have any buy box here. But if I look at the same product on Amazon.de, they don't offer this in Germany. Good thing. But let's get a rucksack buy box. Means if I say I find the rucksack good and I want to buy it, then you click here on buy now. So what happens if I click on buy now? I buy from the seller. And in this case, the seller is content. But if you go on to show more, not always, but with many products, there are you can see the other buyers, and these are where you have to see who can close the deal, and this will undoubtedly close 95% of the deals because it's just one click away. The fact that there are other buyers is something I only found out a few weeks ago, and these are all the other dealers offering the same product, perhaps a bit more expensive, perhaps slightly longer delivery time or out of stock. These are all those where Amazon is of the opinion these are not absolutely the best. I'll offer the Amazon customer the best, and that's the winner of the buy box. And that's an important question. Are we the winner in the buy box or not? You may be for one day, but the next day you're not because another company perhaps has dropped their price, and they want to monitor this, and they want to get an email every evening to find out where they've lost the buy box. And I can have this sent to me by Amazon. If I write in a PIM attribute under Amazon buy box winner and competitor counts, how many competitors do I have, and the competitive price, and let's find out what they are asking for the same product, and then I can compare my price to the competitor's price, and how many competitors do I have, or if I see I have no competitors, or if my competitors are sold out, then I can raise my price for a day or two, and if I see that I've lost the buy box, I can drop my price. This is an interesting evaluation, and we have dashboards where you can see who has got the buy box. But let me come to another example. This is the image quality. In DAM, you now have a picture of the product, and we will hopefully find the same picture in Amazon. But not necessarily. That's perhaps the rotated picture. But if you look at the lists that you find with customers, then you frequently find mistakes. Perhaps there are the old products, because the product may have not just one product, but 1,000 or 2,000, and not just one Amazon product and 9 presences. The products are also available on eBay or Otto, wherever. And they have to chase these pictures and their content everywhere to see, is this the right content? And frequently they ascertain that it's not the right content. But who looks at these pictures across all products, all variants, all languages? This idea came to me recently in a sauna. Let's let ChatGPT find this out. We'll give ChatGPT both pictures and allow it to evaluate them. And ideally, by giving a list of values in the prompt, perfectly identical or be very similar, see different white space around, and then there may be some with packaging or a background, or perhaps completely incorrect pictures. Perhaps I've made a mistake, and what I did last week has never been produced. There are 1,000 reasons why the picture can be wrong, and then these lists allow you to call up all pictures with the wrong, all places with the wrong picture, that I know where I have to react. 32, I think my time runs out at 30. So I will spare you the rest of the use cases, but you can look at this in the PowerPoint. This is essentially about onboarding, the mapping of attributes that are coming from the supplier, matching these with the attributes in PIM, and classification. It says here I have trousers, but I only have pants, and then they are placed in the right part of the tree. We are equipped with AI in Contentserv. We are equipped with AI at many places. That's it. We've got a couple of minutes for questions. My question is aimed. You talked about the new PDF that was edged, but we were not really without in terms of the content. The fact that it weighs, I don't need any copyright if it weighs 20 kilos. The same with the text. If I have a text written by ChatGPT, who does the text belong to? And now it's fairly clear now. You can use a text even if precisely the same text exists on another website and ChatGPT has only ever seen this text. I've never found this situation, but even if this were to exist, as long as nobody informs me and asks me to remove the text, then I can use the text. That's now applicable. Or I can use text that I extract as long as no one sends me a cease and desist request. Any further questions? With regard to the data onboarding topic, one system is data mapping, and the import of restructured data or documents is shown. To what extent will AI be able to replace the entire onboarding process in future, as happened with PDF? So what we can see here is the onboarding portal. The links from left to right, the green links, these are proposals provided by OpenAI. So you can see, for example, item number has been mapped to article number, item description to article name. These are suggestions which I can use. As I mentioned, subcategory was not found. I could draw this into category, and this was overruled. And then the memory always has more more influence and importance than an AI proposal. This is one step where I am supported. The other big subject is the color mapping and the classification. What is it? Has now included, but the possibility of saying I'll take the PDF and have everything filled out, or the Excel sheet and have it filled out. It's something I recently discovered in a sauna. It could be that there's a shortcut in an update, but it might be possible to shorten this even further. That may be the direction of travel for the future. Because with customers with 200 to 300 suppliers, some have 3,000 suppliers. They maybe deliver an Excel sheet once a year. And this is an extensive task and tedious, detailed arbeit, mapping the fields and importing them. That's is quicker than we've seen here. That's no doubt the direction of travel. But for us as a PIM manufacturer, the question is how long will we need PIM systems? So I'll ask that question next year. Okay, thank you, Alexander.
Which type of license do you use for OpenAI?
Which what?
Which type of license?
License. So when you use the OpenAI, you need a license key for the API. And you are having these tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, which mostly depends on how much revenue you generate for them, how many requests you pay for. I think already after €5, you get already tier 2, and then it goes up. And that you do in your ChatGPT account, where you can also do all the briefing. Who are you? What are your settings, your security settings, and so on? That you can do in the ChatGPT account administration. But the customers come with their license key, that they can put in our configuration, and it's their thing. So we don't confirm, or we don't promise any quality of the data. We just are the service provider and querying the data and providing it into the PIM.
Okay, thank you, Alexander Wörlitz. We'll have the closing speech in 5 minutes. Thank you.